It starts in 2010, where we see a high-tech lab on an island in the Atlantic Ocean, where the Engine Corporation, with the help of their scientists and engineers, starts the process of changing the blood and DNA of dinosaurs. This is called mutation. The Engine Corporation has created dinosaurs here. They want the dinosaurs to adapt to this environment and this time. At the same time, they want to make them stronger, for which they continue to experiment. During this experiment, they try to change the DNA of a T-Rex. Then, a mistake is made by an employee, and due to his mistake, a terrible disaster occurs. During this whole process, problems arise in the machines. The T-Rex has now taken the form of a new dangerous monster. He wakes up, then he wreaks havoc in the entire lab and kills the scientists. Everyone has to leave the place. The mystery of the entire lab and everything that happened here is buried over time. No one comes to the island for 17 years. After 17 years, we meet a man named Martin. He is a high-level executive in a very large pharmaceutical company. The company is called Pacadgenex. This company is famous for finding treatments for the most deadly diseases in the world. But right now, the world is suffering from another new serious health problem, a strange and rapidly spreading heart disease, which has now become normal for ordinary people. Pacadgenex's research department fears that in the next few years, this disease will consume 20% of the world's population. That is, 1 in every 5 people will be affected by this disease. And in such a situation, if a company finds a treatment for this disease, the demand for its medicine will increase greatly all over the world. For this reason, this company starts a new mission, a mission that will not only give them the opportunity to bring about a medical science revolution, but also earn billions of dollars.
Now, when the company does in-depth research on this subject, they see an amazing possibility, and that is dinosaurs. Because their bodies are very large, and according to their body, they also have a heart. And there are thick muscles around it, from which the entire blood circulation system is operated. In fact, all this is another model for treating human heart disease. Pacadgenex believes that if we can collect dinosaur blood, especially the biological structure associated with their heart cells, then an effective medicine can be made with it, which will eradicate this deadly disease from the root. So the company gives Martin the full responsibility to complete this risky mission. He is also given a task, and that is to bring the blood of 3 different species of dinosaurs, one of which moves on flat land, the second lives in water, and the third flies in the air. That is, for this mission, he has to track 3 types of dinosaur species, and they have to catch them and collect blood samples. But this task is not so easy, because these dinosaurs live in the most dangerous and forbidden areas in the world. Martin knows that he cannot do this mission alone, so he decides to form a team of some experts. That is why he first meets with Zora. Zora is actually a former Special Forces commando. Zora is not only a soldier, but he can survive in the jungle and use high-tech weapons, as well as face all kinds of dangers. And for this reason, Martin thinks that if anyone can complete this mission with him, then it is Zora. Martin directly offers him $10 million to include Zora in his team, which is really a big amount. But what attracts Zora more than that is the adventure of this mission. When Martin tells him the details of the entire mission, he makes it clear to him that this will all be completely unofficial. That is, it is a secret operation for which there is no government permission and no security. And this is the biggest challenge of this mission, because no government allows you to go to the dinosaur area. The success of this mission depends on the fact that their entire team will secretly enter the area where the dinosaurs are and get out of there without being caught with their blood samples.
Now Zora has joined the team, but Martin wants to add another person to his team, and he is Dr. Henry. He is a paleontologist, that is, a scientist who studies the ancient world. He has a lot of in-depth knowledge about dinosaurs, and when he tells Henry about the whole mission, he joins this mission. Henry knows that among the 3 dinosaurs they want is the Mosasaurus, which lives in the sea. Then there is the Titanosaurus, which we will find on the ground. And finally, in the sky, we will find the Quetzalcoatlus dinosaur. This is the largest dinosaur of all. They all live for 100 years. Actually, Henry is not greedy for money, rather, he wants to see from the dinosaurs. But 3 is not enough for such a big mission. So Zora introduces Martin to two more of his companions, who have worked with Zora before. One of them is Fighter Bobby, and the other is Navigator Duncan. Martin includes these two in his team, and now the whole team has 5 members. Duncan has his boat, but before they leave the island, Duncan calls 2 more of his companions. One of them is a girl named Nina, who is also a fighter, and the other is an experienced sailor. And now these 7 people are moving towards the island. On the other hand, we see another boat in the sea, where Riovin had his 2 daughters and his eldest daughter's boyfriend. In fact, they started going from one island to another. Then their boat got hit by something, and a very scary creature appeared on the water. Zia is none other than the scary Mosasaurus. He is the sea dinosaur which Martin and his team came here to find. The Mosasaurus capsized their boat. They quickly swam to their boat and took shelter, and sent a message for help via radio. The message that Martin's team received was from Duncan. He saw the location, which was 45 kilometers away from here, near the island where they are going. But when he tells Martin this, Martin says that first we need to take a sample of the dinosaur's blood, because with that we will have to save the whole world. Then we will be able to help someone.
But Duncan says that they need help. If we don't get there in time, their lives will be lost. So he takes his boat in that direction, where he sees that Reuven, his 2 daughters, and the eldest daughter's boyfriend are still waiting for help. They quickly reach there, and the 4 of them get on their boat. They say that a very large creature has come out of the sea, whose picture or video we have not seen until now, and it has overturned our boat. Martin understands that it is a mosasaur. It is the water dinosaur that they have come to find. And then movement starts near their boat, and suddenly many mosasaurs come very close to their boat. So all the members of the team are ready to take advantage of this opportunity. Dr. Henry has already made a special plan. He has made some special containers to extract the blood of the dinosaur, which look like gun cartridges, but in fact they are like needles, which penetrate the skin of the dinosaur and draw blood. And the moment the container is full, they will fly into the air. And from there, a parachute will open, and they will catch those containers. Now when the Mosasaurus comes near the boat, Zora quickly fires the gun container, and the container enters the dinosaur's body, and the blood is collected and floats down in the air with the help of a parachute. The team members catch it, and thus they pass the first step. They have got a sample of the blood of a dinosaur, so they are all very happy now. But soon, a new danger comes in front of them. This time, another type of dinosaur called Spinosaurus attacks the boat from under the water. Then, Bobby, who is with them, starts shooting at it, which was a big mistake on his part. And now the Spinosaurus comes towards him and finishes him off in front of everyone. And then Teresa falls into the water. Xavier jumps in to save her. And seeing this, Reuven jumps into the water with his daughter Isabella. They all swim to the nearest island. On the other hand, Duncan keeps managing his boat. He somehow brings the boat to the shore, but as soon as the boat reaches the shore, it hits the rocks. Due to this, the boat gets a lot of damage, but they are all safe.
They reach the shore, but then the Spinosaurus attacked them again and killed Nina, who was with them. This time they lost 2 of their team, and now their way back is also blocked because the boat they had is also broken. Zora tells everyone that I have already prepared a backup plan. I have already told my other team that the next morning they will come to the island with a helicopter, and if they see anyone up high, they will rescue them. This means that they have to take blood samples from the remaining 2 dinosaurs and then go to higher ground so that they can all be rescued. But Duncan says that I know that the helicopter people will not come down because they know that there are many dangers on this island. They will be around the island for a very short time. So we have to finish the job as soon as possible and get to higher ground so that everyone can be saved. But they had another problem. That was Ryoven and his 2 daughters, who are trapped on this island with Xavier, but in another location. They all want to save him too, but first they have to take a blood sample, for which they go into the jungle. There they see strange creatures, along with many different types of dinosaurs, but they are looking for that particular Titanosaurus whose blood sample they need. And soon a whole herd of Titanosaurus comes before their eyes. They are very happy to see this, and as before, they quietly go to the dinosaur. Finally, they succeed in taking a blood sample.
But now the biggest challenge before them is the flying dinosaur in the sky, whose name is Quetzalcoatlus. He needs a blood sample. But he is very dangerous. He does not tolerate anyone around him. So Dr. Henry says that we should reach their eggs. We will take a blood sample from the eggs so that none of our lives are at risk. Everyone likes their advice very much. Then they go to the high rocks where the nest of that flying dinosaur is. There they find the eggs. Dr. Henry carefully lifts his egg, and with the help of the container, he takes out his blood. They now have the blood of 3 dinosaurs. Now they just have to get out of here. But before they can get out of here, Quetzalcoatlus comes there. And seeing them near his own home, he gets very angry. The dinosaur attacks them, and he kills the sailor with his paws. And taking advantage of this opportunity, Zora, Duncan, and Henry manage to escape from there. By evening, they reach the old lab on the island, where they also find the family, who were on another boat. Everyone thinks that this place might be a little safer, but as soon as they go inside, they realize that the area is as dangerous as it was before. There are now many mutated dinosaurs here, and they attack them. But luckily, they all manage to escape from there alive. But Martin, who was the leader of the group until now, suddenly changes. The moment he is sure that he has these 3 blood samples, he takes out a gun from his pocket and points it at the entire team. He threatens everyone that this mission is now his alone, and if anyone comes between him, he will kill them. But they all have something else in mind, because just in time, a huge mutated T-Rex arrives. It is the dinosaur that has been here since the lab was destroyed many years ago. And it comes out in a more terrifying form than before. It directly attacks Martin and swallows him. During this attack, the blood sample container falls from Martin's hand, and Zora quickly picks it up and secures it. A helicopter also arrives in the sky to help them, but the T-Rex is very dangerous. The sound of that helicopter attracts him, and he grabs the helicopter in its jaws. This kills the pilot. Then they see a ship there, which was used by the engine company. They quickly board the ship. Anna starts it and tries to get out of there. However, the T-Rex attacks them again. Duncan remembers that the T-Rex is attracted to light, so he takes out a flare gun and goes away from the ship and turns it on. This diverts the T-Rex's attention. He pushes towards the light that Duncan has in his hand. He doesn't care about his own life. He wants to save his companions with his own life. Although Zora tells him to return, he says it is important to do so. Otherwise, everyone will die and everyone on Earth will have heart attacks. This time, the ship slowly starts moving away from the island, and then the flare light goes out. Zora thinks that Duncan is no longer on Earth. The T-Rex turns back to the jungle. But after a while, another flare lights up in the sky, and this signals that Duncan is still alive. Zora is very happy, and now he turns the ship and takes it to that direction, where he finds Duncan intact. Thus, Duncan's life is saved. Now they have the blood samples of those 3 dinosaurs. They have come out of that terrible island. On the way, Dr. Henry tells Zora that Martin's blood samples were going to be given to a company so that they can make the most expensive medicine in the world. But it would not be right to do so, because in this, the treatment will be limited to only the rich. So Henry and Zora decide together that they will give these blood samples to different companies, so that all companies have the medicine to treat that terrible disease. And when many companies have this medicine, its price in the market will also decrease a lot, and every person will be free from heart disease. And with this movie also ends here.